We begin tonight with proof of a weakening labor market. Today's monthly report showed job growth slowed significantly in August, adding only 22,000 new positions. For comparison, at the start of this year, the U.S. was adding more than 100,000 jobs each month. CBS's Ling Kent joins me now to help us break it down. So, Ling, what are the biggest takeaways from this report?
John, companies are slowing down their hiring, and if you're looking for a job, it's just harder to find one because the labor market is essentially weakening and cracking. Economists were expecting 80,000 jobs or so to have been added in August, and this was about a quarter of that. So if you look at the revisions, too, it's very revealing. July jobs were revised up slightly, but June was revised down to negative 13,000 jobs. That means 13,000 jobs were lost, and that's the first time that's happened since December of 2020. And of course, the unemployment rate ticked up to 4.3%, the highest since October of 2021. So jobs were added in healthcare and social services, so that was good to see. But the losses were way more widespread. You saw government job losses, manufacturing, mining, and trade, John.
The market interpreted this news as proof that the Fed is going to cut interest rates in its meeting later this month. Why did the market interpret it that way?
Well, when people are finding it harder to get a job, and then you pair that with prices rising, inflation going up, consumers and businesses will naturally spend less money. And the Fed wants to do what it can to avoid that. And by lowering borrowing costs, it's one way they can encourage businesses to continue spending and keep the economy flowing. So it opens the door to not just a rate cut, but maybe a larger interest rate cut at the Fed meeting in less than 2 weeks, with potentially 2 more rate cuts after that. It really depends on how the economic data plays out. And we're seeing the impact of tariffs, plus this week jobs report. And then next week, we get another read on consumer prices. So it's a lot coming in as they juggle this decision, John.
Is there any way to know from those future numbers or any other talisman you might cite for how long this might last, this weakening?
Yeah, we're starting to see companies announce moderate-sized layoffs. We're talking about ConocoPhillips this week saying they're slashing up to 25% of its workforce. That's 3,200 jobs. You're also seeing warn notices go up from numerous companies saying that they may have some layoffs coming. And think about it. If you are a business owner right now, large or small, there's just so much uncertainty around tariffs, right? The cost of borrowing is high, so the uncertainty shows no signs of letting up anytime soon.
Ling Kent, thank you so much.